So, Microsoft PowerPoint is one of the most popular applications out there. So, I will go ahead and give you a quick breakdown on exactly how to use PowerPoint. Now, PowerPoint, there's a couple of different ways to access it. You can access it via the online website, which is what I have here, or you can download the PowerPoint application on your computer and use it that way. They're both fairly similar. The desktop app has more features, but the online version is very easy to use. If you just type in PowerPoint online on Google, it will come right there, or go to powerpoint.com. Now, when you first log on, you'll see a couple of different options. We want to go ahead and create a blank project. So you should be able to see that option to click a blank project. And this is the layout you will see every single time whenever you go through and basically create a new blank project. So if we start off at the top, you'll see a couple different tabs. The first tab is basically a file page. It allows you to quickly create a new blank presentation, or you can go ahead and browse templates. You can open up pre-existing projects if you want to with the open button. You have the share option right here if you want to share it out to other people, if you want to copy a link to this presentation. You can export this project out, print it, you name it, you can do a lot of stuff here. The Home tab is basically a lot of quick edits you can make for your presentation. The Insert tab allows you to go through and insert a lot of things into your presentation as well. So you'll see that there's two boxes right here. The left side is basically at a high level, all the PowerPoints, all the slides that you have within your PowerPoint. And then the right side is the actual slide that you're on. Remember, these are presentations. So whenever you want to go ahead and change a slide, you can just go and tap on the slide here, and then you can go through and then click on that slide, and it should bring up that slide here. Like I said, the Insert tab allows you to quickly add a new slide, text boxes, audio, so many other things here. The Draw page allows you to quickly draw on it. Design allows you to change the design of your PowerPoint. Transitions allows you to quickly change out to transitions, animations, slideshows, so on and so forth. We'll hit on these all throughout this video, but on the right side, if you have the online version, you'll see comments. If people left comments on your PowerPoint, you'll see that here. The catch up option allows you to just catch up on different edits and changes. Presentation, if you want to present your PowerPoint, and then whether you want to have it as an editing or viewing, you can change it here. And ultimately, you can share out your particular PowerPoint. You can manage access to it as well. Now, I threw a lot at you, but let's go and get started with the actual presentation. On the right side, let's say we wanted to go and create a presentation on PowerPoint. We can go through and we can just select on that text like this, and we can go through and start making our PowerPoint slide. So the top here is a PowerPoint. This is the title, and then you can change the subtitle to whatever you want to. So I can say this is a presentation. Now, if you make mistakes in spelling, that's totally okay. You can just right click on it, highlight it, and you should be able to find the spelling tab and change the presentation. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and change the background, let's say I wanted to make this a little bit bigger. If you just double click on it, you can change the text size when this box comes up, or you can click on Home at the top, and you can go ahead and change up the text size this way as well. If you want to make these things bigger or smaller, you can change it here. You can also use the bold option here. This is very similar to Microsoft Word or any other tool that you have, basically, in whatever tool you're going to use. Now, let's say I wanted to make a new slide. So this is slide 1. I can click on the Insert tab at the very top, and I can click on this New Slide option. What's going to happen here is it's going to give me a new slide. So just like with the previous slide, I can now click on the next slide and see it. So now I can go through and type in, this is what I want to talk about. So you can, again, whatever your presentation is going to be about, you can go through and have a title here and the subtext of what you're talking about here. So you can just kind of keep doing this over and over and over again. No matter what the presentation you're going to have, you can go through and keep going back and forth and keep adding new slides. Now you can also right click and you can copy the slide. You can duplicate this slide, and you can add a new slide just by right clicking into this panel. So you can right click here. You don't always have to click on insert. So those are just a couple of different ways to do it. Now you can also insert an image here if you want to. If you want, you can go and click on the pictures option right here, and you can upload a picture if you want to right inside of PowerPoint, or you can also just go through and you can, just drag and drop an image here as well. So once again, you have a few different ways of kind of going about and kind of editing and adding some images here, which is really cool. Now, if you want to, you can also click on the Design tab right up here, and this tab is one that I always like to edit and change up. If I click on this little dropdown, I can quickly change the way my particular presentation looks right inside of this tab. So if I want to, I can go through and I can change my presentation into like a completely darked out presentation. I can change it into this type of format or this type of design. So there's a lot of different designs out there. I would almost always recommend choosing some sort of design. It makes your presentation stand out a lot more and makes it look a lot nicer. And that's another really important thing I'd recommend kind of thinking about here as well. Now let's go and create a new slide. Let's click on new slide. And let's say this is slide 1. Well, I'm actually, I wanted to actually make this slide right before this one, but I actually went through and accidentally made this one before. So is there a way to move this slide above this one? Well, there is. You can hold down on the slide. So right click down, hold it down, and you can move these slides wherever you want to. So you can move it before this one, you can move it after this one, and you can kind of modify it whichever way you want to. But let's say, oh man, I wanted to make a slide before this. Well, you can actually just right click in between these two particular options here, click on new slide, and then you can even add your slide before this one. So you can just kind of go through and kind of see how interactive it is. There's a lot of capability here. There's a lot of modification. And if you ever want to modify a slide or a text box, you just have to double click on that text box and you can modify that text right there. When you're ready and you want to go ahead and kind of share out your presentation, there's a couple of different ways to do it. First of all, you can save your project by clicking on the file portion at the top. And if it's online, it will automatically save. But if it's not, you can go through and you can just save it manually. There should be a save button here. If you're ready to present it, what you can do is in the top right corner, you can go through and you can click on the present button, or you can click on the drop down. Basically, if you click on the drop down, it will allow you to start from the beginning and start presenting. You can turn on presenter view. You can present right in Teams. You can rehearse with coach, and you can present live. So you have a couple of different ways of kind of presenting out your presentation, which is really cool. And even within the share button right up here, you can also share this presentation directly out to somebody else if you want to. So that is another really, really cool option that you have enabled right here. So that is at a high level PowerPoint. At the very bottom of your particular presentation, you'll see this Notes tab. This is really convenient because if you want to go ahead and basically leave little tiny notes during your presentation, you can go through and leave these notes there. So you can say, remember, to talk about this. And I can go into another slide, click on the notes and say, whatever I want to talk about here, I can say talk about this too. What's really cool is I can just kind of have these notes kind of sprinkled around. And the cool thing is when I'm presenting, depending on the presenting view that I'm doing, if I'm presenting with the presenter view, what's going to happen is I'm going to be able to see these notes on my side, but they're not going to be able to see these notes on their side. So it actually looks really cool. You have the capability of kind of going through and kind of like still talking and like saying what you have on the slide, but you can leave these little notes here, which actually help you out to kind of rehearse and kind of continue to talk about your particular presentation, which that's also another really cool thing that you have the option of doing here as well. So at a high level, that is basically PowerPoint. You get a lot of cool capability here. You get a lot of cool stuff going on here. And I'm a big fan of PowerPoint. Hopefully at this point, you kind of have a decent idea of kind of using PowerPoint. A big thing I'd recommend doing is to just get in here, try using a particular slide, try seeing what you can do here, and just kind of have some fun with it because there's a lot of stuff you can do within PowerPoint. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.